I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Mbappe is the best young player in the world. Bar none. No Dembele, no Sane, no Sancho, Sterling, no Rashford. Kylian Mbappe is the best young player in the world. Just saw Kimpembe. He's still on the Old Trafford pitch. It's been 24 hours. He still ain't been sent off. But we're going to get to that, because that ain't the reason we lost. Reality check. That's the truth. It's a reality check. And it's a good one. No one's happy when you lose. You can see in my face. You saw me did the watch along over on UFF. No one's happy when you lose. Well, as a fan of the team. But this just shows exactly where we are. And I say exactly where we are because in the last 11 games, we're playing the best football we've played in the last 5 years. But even on that form, even at that level, compared to the last 5 years, it still wasn't good enough to beat PSG. So we know we've got work to do. Now, obviously, fans, and I expect it, all rival fans are going to be, well, they're gassed. They were gassed. Man United, they talked up this player, talked up Pogba, talked up Rashford, thought they were going to win and they lost. And I love it. Nothing would irk me more if Man United won and you get rival fans, you might say jumping on the bandwagon. Oh yeah, English teams in Europe. No, support your team and hate my team. That's how it goes. That's how it's always been. Because when your team's in our position, Liverpool's been there, Arsenal's been there, Man City's been there. When your team is in our position, God knows I'm going to be bantering you. So thank you. I welcome it. It shows that there are real fans out there. Not the fans who say, oh, you should just support the English teams. Why are you hating? Well, I hate you because you're my rival. Like, I thought we knew this from the outset. It's not a thing of jealousy. It's just we don't want the rivals to do well. That's just normal. So thank you. Back to the game. Kimpembe is still on the pitch. But we'll get to that. It's not the reason we lost. First half, we actually played alright. We played decent football. And going into the into half time, I was like, if we can, well, we need to get the first goal first and foremost. Being at home, we had to get the first goal. Started the game brightly. PSG created, they created 2 chances. Both of them were offside. If Mbappe has put his one in the back of the net, VAR would have checked it and it would have been given as offside. And Angel Di Maria and Mbappe actually for another chance, but Angel Di Maria ran through, tried to round the hair pulled off a good save, but the offside was given in the end. Other than that, they didn't really create any clear opportunities. Di Maria had a shot that went past the De Gea's left hand post. I don't remember that other chance, but there was much ado about nothing. Us going forward, we looked bright. We looked like we got into areas of promise, but the final ball wasn't there. And the first half, for me, for both teams, was really a case of good approach play, no final ball. As the half drifted on, Lingard came off injured. Martial, well, he hobbled on for the rest of the game, for the rest of the half, should I say, and he was taken off at half time. But as the half progressed, PSG got more and more into it. had more of the ball, 53% possession to 47, give or take, is pretty much even. But they grew in confidence as our attacks continued to break down. Being the away team, remember. Of course, they're going to have a bit of cautiousness at the beginning. You know, suss it out. You know, you're doing it in a heavyweight battle. A few jabs early, just to see where your opponent's at. How fast are they moving? Are they light on their feet? You might even take a punch just to see how they're punching. You might try and give one to see how quick they're moving. And that's what PSG did. And that's what we did to an extent. But second half, they turned it on. They turned on the style. They showed their quality, even without Neymar, even without Cavani. On the Neymar-Cavani situation, both of them we know are out of this leg. Neymar's definitely out of the second leg. I think Cavani's also out of the second leg. And at no point did I predict that we were still going to go through, because I knew the quality of the team was that much better than ours, especially their attack versus our defence. Our defence is very poor. We struggled against teams like, obviously, Burnley conceding 2. And even in the Fulham game, we won 3-0. There was enough moments there that a more quality attack would exploit, which PSG did. Going to the second half, something I spotted in the first half. PSG didn't press. When we had the ball either with the hair or the back foot, they didn't press. And it allowed us to get the ball into our front men, but the final ball, as I said, wasn't good enough. But in the second half, from the start of the second half, they pressed us. And our defenders couldn't get the ball to the midfield. Not good enough. Not good enough quality to do that. Additionally, without Lingard and Martial, we stopped pressing them. So their front men, so their defenders, could easily get the ball into their midfield. And for me, that's really where the game was won and lost. But we're 6 minutes into the video, 24 hours later, and Kimpembe still hasn't been sent off. But I'm going to get to that, because that's not the reason we lost. Mbappe. That was a talk before the game. Mbappe, Rashford, Mbappe. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Mbappe is the best young player in the world, bar none. No Dembele, no Sane, no Sancho, Sterling, no Rashford. Kylian Mbappe is the best young player in the world. He's not a striker. He's not he's not a number 9. He's not a lone front man. But he played that role against us. He played that role brilliantly. He ran the channels. When the fullbacks were out of position, which they were a lot, Young and Shaw. Let me not even start. He ran out into those positions, meaning that the centre-backs, Bailly and Lindelof, had to follow him, because the fullbacks weren't doing their job. He ran and ran and ran. He had, as I said, he had a chance in the first half. I think he would have been given offside had it gone in. I think he had a shot in the first half, or maybe the second half, that went wide. But then he got his chance. He got his big chance. Good play. Counter-attacking play. Di Maria on the left-hand side crosses the ball. And the speed of Mbappe and the positioning to pick up in between the two centre-backs. Ball from Di Maria, passed by at the net post. Outside the foot finish, De Gea had no chance. That made it 2-0. But by that time, Kimpembe still hadn't been sent off. But I'm going to get to that. The midfield. Marquinhos. Man marking Pogba. Now I was watching the game and it was about 10 minutes in, and I think Adam from the Fifth Official were doing the watch along, and he said, "We haven't seen Pogba." And at the moment, I think the ball was just coming into Pogba, someone's passed it in. And I saw Marquinhos right behind him. I said, they're doing a man-marking job on him. 5 minutes later, he did get an opportunity down the right-hand side, and he burst past his attacker his defender, and put in a dangerous cross into the box, but Buffon stopped it before it came to, I think it was Rashford. But throughout the game, Marquinhos had him. Verratti, world-class player, but it was Marquinhos who had Pogba. They had a plan. Anytime Pogba got the ball, there was another 2 men around him. For me, the issue is not Pogba. Yes, Pogba didn't have his best game. He was poor. But Pogba was poor because he had 1 at all times and 2 or 3 when he got the ball. PSG players on him. When you're doing a man marking job on someone, what you need is the other players to then step up. Now, Solskjaer brought on Mata in the second half, and he can do a creative job if Pogba is occupied, but he takes away from the pressing that Lingard would have done. Lingard can also create, not to the same extent of Pogba nor Mata, but he can create. He didn't have a great first half. But once Pogba was taken out of the game, we lacked everything. And it shows the need for another central midfielder who can create in times like that. If PSG were playing Man City, they wouldn't dare try and man-mark De Bruyne. Because you man-mark De Bruyne, you leave David Silva free. And David Silva will destroy you. They wouldn't dare try and man-mark David Silva because you leave David Silva free and De Bruyne will destroy you. If Bernardo Silva plays, it's the same thing. And then, of course, you got Sterling and Sane. Our 2 first-choice wingers were off. Sanchez came on. Terrible. Pathetic performance. Mata came on. Non-existent. Pogba was marked out of the game. And that was it for us. Nobody on the pitch to create. But I'm not going to use the Lingard and Martial injuries as a reason why we lost. Because even when on the pitch, they weren't good enough. PSG was simply the better side. They are a better team. The reason why I expected them and expect them to go through. I thought we'd win the game. I was wrong. The form we came into that game is what I thought would take us through. Not because our individual quality is better. Look at their team. Kimpembe, who still hasn't been sent off. Thiago Silva and Bernat. Kerher, I think the right back's name is. I don't know him. I'm not going to comment. Marquinhos. And I said, if you're going to play Marquinhos in the center of midfield, that means your 2 centre-backs must be top quality. Because Marquinhos is a top quality centre-back. And boy are they top quality. Any ball that came in, as poor or as good as they may have been, from the likes of Young, Luke Shaw, generally they didn't even beat the first man. But if they did, Kimpembe was there. Thiago Silva was there. But should Kimpembe have been there? We'll get to that. In the midfield, Verratti, world-class performance, world-class player. He's a player that we could do with in our team. World-class player. Marquinhos, as I said, did the job on Pogba. Draxler had a good game. Dani Alves, obviously, they played him on the right-hand side of the attack. So they basically have 2 fullbacks on that side to nullify any attacks from the likes of Martial or overlapping runs from Luke Shaw. However, Luke Shaw and Ashley Young had countless opportunities, countless times to actually get good balls in, good crosses into the box. And they just failed to do so. PSG were willing to suffocate the central midfield, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, especially after Lingard and Martial came off. Allow the fullbacks to have the ball because they know the quality is not good enough. The quality is just not good enough in those positions. Rashford isolated most of the game. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him at all. If he had a chance like Mbappe did, I'm sure he would have taken it, but he didn't. But Mbappe is the best young player in the world. Don't get it twisted. But if Rashford had that chance, he puts it away. Di Maria, back at Old Trafford. He left in acrimonious circumstances. Fell out with Louis van Gaal. didn't want to play for the club, left on a sour note, and has been talking to us, talking about us ever since. So of course we ain't gonna enjoy him. We're gonna boo him. And then when he starts feigning injury, I'm gonna say feign injury because Ashley Young, yes, gave him a little bit of shoulder barge. He went into the steward and then hit the metal railings with his left hand, left shoulder. The first thing he does, he holds his belly. And then he realizes, oh no, that's not where I was hurt. He's good at that. I'll leave it as that. But he had a brilliant performance, especially in the second half. He looked like he wanted to do some damage on his return to Old Trafford. And boy, did he do it. It was his cross, his corner for the first goal. Brilliant cross to the back post. And who do you know was at the back post? The man who shouldn't have been on the pitch. Kimpembe. To this day, it's over 24 hours. He still hasn't been sent off. And I can't work out why. He had a yellow card early in the game. And I knew it was going to be difficult for him. Because you got Martial, Rashford and Lingard right at the back. 3 pacey, tricky players. I believe it was Rashford who tackled again in the first half. Should have been a second yellow card. Referee didn't give it. Referee was very dodgy for me. Some decisions he gave for a little bit of contact. Others he didn't give for a little bit of contact. Some decisions or yellow cards he pulled out for major contact. And others he didn't. Kimpembe should have been sent off in that first half. But it's done. It's 0-0. You come out the second half. Rashford's not through on goal, but he's away from Kimpembe down the right-hand channel. Kimpembe drags him to the floor. Not only was it not a yellow card, it wasn't even a foul. And for me, because if he gave a foul, he had to give a yellow card, that's the reason he didn't give the foul. The second yellow card would have meant a red card, and it's a complete different game. First off, he wouldn't be there to score the opening goal. He scores the opening goal, Man United have to come out. We had dropped deeper at that point because there's only so much pressing you can do against a team like PSG who have Mbappe up front with that pace to run in behind. But when you go 1-0 down, then you have to push. You have to get a goal, especially when you're at home. Kimpembe is not on the pitch. He doesn't score that goal. PSG are down to 10 men. We're more likely to take the initiative, especially as they're away from home. He doesn't get sent off. Poor decision from the referee. PSG take advantage of that poor decision from the referee and ram home their advantage as the better team. 2-0 down, end of the first leg. I can't see us going through. I hope, obviously, with no Pogba in the second leg, I want to put in a good performance, a better performance, a more clinical performance in the attacking third. When we get the ball in those areas, pass it sharper, pass it quicker, pass it more accurate. Get some chances for Rashford. Because in the form that he's in, though, if he gets those chances, he's putting them away. Now, we're not going to go through, I don't think. We have to score minimum 2 unanswered goals. Of course, if we were to get 3, then PSG is going to need at least 2. But I can't see us going through. It's not where the stranger things have happened in football, but I don't think this is going to be one of them. I want to see a better performance from us, and I want to see what Oli can do in the big games coming up. Chelsea on Monday, Liverpool on the Sunday after, and of course PSG back on the Wednesday after that. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. Oli's still at the wheel. The key is how the players bounce back from this. There's going to be some changes with Lingard and Martial out. Lukaku's going to come in. Mata's going to come in. Sanchez is going to come in. Let's see how they perform. Let's see if Oli can get more out of them. Or as Oli said about Sanchez, he needs to get some more out of himself. Guys, it's the end of the video. And I can confirm, Kimpembe, he still ain't been sent off.